Hello students, we are back again with the section 3 of the module Doping in Sports Medicine. So today in section 3 we will be starting with doping detection and its ethical consequences. So a quick brief overview over what we will be talking today in today's section is, it will be starting with why doping test has to be done, detection of doping in sports, drug testing methods, what are the various methods which have to be dealt with, procedure of test, what is ABP, what is TUE, challenges faced by WADA, what athletes need to know, doping and ethics, and lastly the consequences on the athlete's career and reputation. So, we will be starting with our first slide, that is why doping test. As we all know that doping, which has been usually freely practices in sports nowadays, is being affected by the rationale behind. So, why doping test? In recent years, the rationale behind doping test is expanded to the preservation of athlete health. Its main concern is athlete's health. Earlier what we talked about, that there should be at least 2 of the 3 criteria, in which one was the athlete's health, second was it is affecting the performances by enhancing the performance, and third it was not a fair play. So, now doping test is primarily based on the health condition of the athletes. So, it is a clear intersection of competitive fair play, ethical purity and athlete safety, and the awareness and education in the practices and the procedures in the modern doping test. Now, the test science have been a cornerstone of many athletic institutions. It is including IOC, WADA, IAAF, the International Soccer Body, FIBA and many professional sports organizations which are part of the doping detection. Now, since in Tour de France, the frequently use of doping was been seen and later on followed by many deaths among the athletes, it was being sarcastically said at Tour de doping. As stated by World Anti-Doping Agency WADA, the purpose of anti-doping program, as we have earlier also read it, that it is that the anti-doping program is to protect the athlete's fundamental right to participate in doping free sports. It focused on the doping free sports and thus promoting fairness, health and equality among the athletes national or globally. Now, the gold standard in Olympic doping, it has been termed as Russia is the gold standard in Olympic doping. The reason behind, because many of Russian athletes were being stripped off, that was approximately 46 medals in a medal tally, leading to Russia being the top country among the rest of the nations who were using doping in Olympics. Now, the WADC states in relation to detection that an effective testing and investigation system, not only it is for enhancing a deterrent effect, that means to control the overuse of drugs, but also it should be effective in protecting the clean athletes. That means those athletes who are but also is effective in those athletes who are not using doping and are termed as a clean athletes, and the spirit of sports by catching those committing anti-doping rule violations, while also helping to disrupt anyone who is engaged in doping behavior. Now, detection and prevention. Now, there are 2 broad types of detection. It is in competition detection or testing, or out competition detection. Now, in competition detection, it is the test conducted on the athletes who are a part of the event, be it Olympic Games or a World Cup or Tour de France competition. So, this testing is a rules which is implied on the athletes who are participating on that particular event. Typically, in an athletes competition, there are some measures that has to be taken. It is a random test as well as specified test of the top finishers in each event. In team sports, most testing is by the way of random selection of representative team members for testing after each game. So, in the event which is in competition, the athletes are randomly being notified. The athletes are randomly being notified, and in competition period it starts at 11:59 p.m. on the day before the competition through to the end of the competition, and the sample collection process related to the competition. While the second type of doping is out of competition testing, that means for those athletes who are not present for a particular event, and this test is carried out in same technical fashion as testing conducted at the athletic event venue. The purpose of this testing is to monitor the athletes that either they are complying the doping rules or not. There is a time lag between the publication of the targeted substance as seen in the WADA prohibited list and the competition to which they are part of. So, there is a time in between so that the athlete can notify or legally write that such and such drugs they are taking or they have been prescribed by their particular physicians. Like for example, there is a substance called as ephedrine. It is a naturally occurring stimulant which is found in ephedra plant and elsewhere. So, it was being banned by WADA